record. Here we go. All right, so we're going to get started. So this is the first time I've ever done this. I am Cheyenne Lake. I've been a real estate agent since 2005. I got my license. Prior to real estate, I was a mortgage broker, had my own company. Since 1996, I was in mortgages. In 1999, I started my own company. When I started real estate, I had my own company, and I actually started with my own company, which was really interesting because I didn't have anybody to teach me. I just started mortgage broker manager before as well. Awesome, good. So that sometimes seems to be, people have been in both, or even some people even do both. I don't know how you do both at the same time, but anyway, so I've done well over 2,500 transactions in between the two careers, and so I think people would consider that successful in our industry. I did a lot of things right, and I did equally as many things wrong. And so I'm 50. I turned 50 this year. About 16 months ago, I actually wound my real estate practice down. I figured 2,500 transactions was enough. And as you both know, or all of you know, this can be a really, really tough business, and mortgages was really, really hard. Boy, you're the person who's making, if the loan doesn't close on time, the mortgage person gets the wrath of it. And that was a very stressful job for me. So one of the things that I did very, very well, actually, in both businesses and both professions, is I was religious about my calls. I did cold calling. I did connection calling, and the one thing that I wasn't good on was my follow-up calls. Okay, I was horrible at follow-up. I was wonderful in making the calls to get the customer, to get the business. I was amazing during the transaction. My communication during the transaction was very, very good because I had systems. I had a system to bring in my business. I had a system to transact my business, and a communication plan while they were doing business, while they were doing the transaction with me. As goofy as this sounds, I did not have a good follow-up after the closing. And that was my biggest failure. It was one of my biggest regrets. And I have now figured out what that system needs to be. And I've got great pieces of now, how do you stay in touch with them, right? We know, well, you would think we would know that it's way less expensive to keep a client than get a client. And this was not something that resonated with me. Partly because I think I was really, really good at getting new business. I got lots of referral business. I could get on the phone and call cold people and get business. And so I think because it came so easy for me, I didn't, I think at first when I started this in Arizona, I got so much referral business. I didn't, I hate to say it, I was reckless with not staying systematically in touch with people because I got so much. After I moved to Charleston, that changed a little bit. And by then I was still so busy just, making my front-end calls, making my, in transaction calls. I didn't stay in touch with people. So what you're going to see today is a whole variety of different calls. I do not practice real estate full-time anymore. Actually, I don't practice it at all. I now have a relationship marketing business, so I actually teach agents and mortgage people and business owners, actually all careers, how to incorporate relationship marketing into their business, how to apply communication skills into their business, because NAR statistics say 80% of the problems that people have with their real estate profession is communication. We don't have ethic problems, even though there's unethical agents. We don't have competency problems, even though there's crappy real estate agents, right? We have communication problems. We don't communicate. We don't communicate at all. We don't communicate clearly. We don't communicate enough. And that's the big gap. And it's primarily because people don't have communication systems. So what I want to show you today is that this one piece, whether I'm making a call after someone has closed or to someone who's closed before with me, whether I'm making a call during the transaction, or whether I'm making a call to, just someone in my database that I could potentially get business from. It might be someone that's in my, I'm in a BNI. If you're not in a BNI networking group, I'm going to recommend you look for that in your community. If there is a real estate seat, there probably isn't. It's usually one of the first ones to go. But there's all kinds of networking events. And so I'm going to touch base, and we're going to make some calls today to some people because this is a new networking group for me. So these are people that I need to make contact with and touch base with. We're also going to call some people. I want to show you how to use Facebook. And how to pull people out of your Facebook group that are local. If you don't have phone numbers, how you can get phone numbers. I want to show you how I plan, who I'm going to call. I usually do that the night before. If not, I get up really early in the morning and I kind of think, okay, who have I met this week that I need to follow up with? Who would I like to meet? I make calls to my vendors, so people who are in my network, to just check in on them to see if there's any value or anything that I can do for them. And I think that's going to be the biggest takeaway that I want you to take away from this is my phone calls are all about giving. What can I do for you today? How are you today? How's business going? How's life going? And that's where you're going to see that my calls are a little bit different. I'm not looking to get. I was in Keller Williams for a while, and some of you might be familiar with Power Hour. I call this my powerful Power Hour. That's why it's Powerful Conversations. But how we're taught, or how we were taught in Keller Williams, was, to get appointments, right? To get meetings, to get referrals. Who do you know that's going to buy, sell, or, wants to buy investment property? It was so pukey. I mean, I hated it. And even though I was really good at it, the way that I was taught was not in, one of the things that I love about BNI, it's called the giver's gain, right? And the giver's gain is that you give more than you gain, right? But we know, because of laws of reciprocity, the more you give, the more that comes back. And so what I want you to pay special attention to is I've got so many facets of things that I'm going to try to accomplish in this conversation. One, I might be gathering updated information. Two, I'm always looking for valuable people that they know. So you're going to see that I have a list, and I didn't bring it in here, but it's a memory jogger list. I am a connector in my community. Guys, if you just focused, if you were intentional about being a connector, you will have so much business. But that takes work, that takes intention, that takes strategy, it takes heart. You definitely have to have that giver's gain attitude, which is, I'm going to be the person that knows this guy needs that one, and you need to meet this one, and oh, you need a painter. Oh my gosh, I have the greatest painter. But once you become proficient in that and take it beyond proficiency to being an expert connector, people are going to, one, know that about you. And so they're going to send everyone, oh my gosh, you need to call Cheyenne. God, that girl knows everybody. She can put you in touch. Well, that's going to send new people to you. And when you help them with what they need, they're going to come back to you and they're going to go, gosh, thank you. You sent me that dentist for my, or that orthodontist. Thank you so much. Hey, I've got this real estate referral for you, or I've got, this small business owner. So you're going to see a lot of things going on in my conversations, but it's always about the value that I can bring to that person. And you're going to notice I'm going to really listen to them, and they might take me off on a weird direction, right? They might, let's be honest. I might call someone and they may have had something bad happen recently. I just talked to someone yesterday that they're bringing hospice in for her father. Okay. we're not going to be talking about business. I'm going to be talking to that person where they are currently, right? I may pray with them. If you're a prayer, I'm a prayer. I'm actually a community chaplain. And I only tell you that not because I think you need the title, but community chaplain. I'm in my community. But I was a prayer way before then, and I have prayed with lots of clients. So I'm going to listen to what's going on with them. And if I detect something that needs me personally to pray, to encourage, to support, to celebrate, I'm going to do that. So the first things, we're going to make some one-on-one appointments because there's several people that I need to have one-on-ones with, but that's not always my goal. I just want to show you that you're going to do your one-on-ones. You're going to set your one-on-ones. Y'all should be meeting new people every week. You need to be networking. You got to get belly to belly. You never know. If I want you to write this down too, and I'm going to put this in here. I don't get paid for this. There's no affiliate or anything. I'm just a huge advocate of this book. If you've not read it, you need to buy it as soon as we're off this call, and I want you to read it as fast as you can read it. It's called The Seven Levels. I'm typing it in the chat box. Levels of Communication. And if you've read it, comment that you have. If you haven't, I want you to buy it. Promise me you'll buy it and read it. It'll change your life. I read 3 to 5 books a week. And literally, I'm a huge book reader. You can see some of them behind me. I have 3 bookcases. I'm crazy read. This is one of the best books I've ever read in my life, so much that I'm coming to Atlanta. This guy's in Atlanta, Michael Mayer. That's the author, Michael Mayer. He's an amazing guy. You can buy it on Amazon. He's got a course that he's going to be teaching in Atlanta for Natalia that's in Atlanta, and I'll find the link before we're off of this. It will be an invaluable day to go spend with him. The 7 levels of communication is how to accomplish what I'm telling you to be a connector, to be a power networker, to be a power giver, to be a power contributor, to be a power communicator. And there's so many more principles. He has 108 principles on how to communicate and connect. Guys, it's powerful. So I'm going to take a few of his strategies and I'm going to use them in my phone calls today. But we're going to do some one-on-ones. I want to share my screen with you. I want to show you something really cool in case you didn't know this. Share Facebook. Okay. So y'all know how you can go in and find your friends, right? So you go in, you click on your friends. This whole other menu though comes up. You can find your friends that were recently added. You can find ones that just did posts. You can find people who've got birthdays. So awesome, guys. What a great way to just call people and wish them a happy birthday. So remember when Facebook came out, everybody would say happy birthday, happy birthday. And, for the first few years, like that was amazing. You might get a couple hundred birthday things. Well, we've had it for 10 years now. It's nice, but it's kind of not enough anymore, or it doesn't have the impact that it did when it first came out. I'm very much about the tangible touch. One of the things I do, guys, is send out cards in my business, and you're going to see, I'm going to tell you some follow-up from my phone calls that include the tangible touch of a card that I always send. But in this, I can pull birthday. So I could call and just wish people happy birthday today if I've got their phone number, right? But I want to show you, this is current city. This pulls your friends of where you live. This is a great list to just check into and see, who should I call today, right? Who should I check in with? Who have I seen that maybe needs some encouragement? Who have I seen that maybe has an issue that they need maybe some help with? ... right? I'm just telling you, people will always say to me, oh, well, who do I call? I don't have anyone to call. My sphere's not big. Guys, there is an endless supply of people to talk to. So I would go in here. Now I'm going to tell you, some of these people I don't know. I definitely don't have phone number, meaning I don't know them well. I don't have phone numbers for them. But there are a lot of people that I do, so we're going to just randomly pick some people out of this. I didn't go through this list and write them down, but what I like to do is I've got a book. Let me unshare this now. Stop my share. I've got a book. Now, this is actually a book for network marketers, but I love it because it's great for salespeople too. And I can't remember what it's called, but I'll find the name of it because it's called High Achievers. High Achievers. And I like it because I can do my calls in here. I can write down what my calls were. And then there's a few other things. There's like, your business to-dos, your personal to-dos, personal development. Hey, did I drink enough water, right? Activity. Let me just insert something here. So, and it's only because it's the personal journey that I've been on. Mindset. I haven't had a great mindset. Even as successful as I was, I haven't had a great mindset always in my career. And even most recently, and primarily because I got out of real estate and I didn't know what I was going to do next. And visionaries without a vision is really a dangerous thing. And I kind of did a little downward spiral, kind of got low energy. I just turned 50, so I've got some menopause things going on, so hormonal. So I've got some hormonal batshit stuff going on. I don't kind of know what my next great adventure of business is going to be. I wasn't exercising. I put on some weight. And so I got into a little bit of a downward spiral. And you know how that can go quickly. And I don't know if any of you are dealing with that or have dealt with this, but it's no fun. So I started doing some little things. I definitely made some proactive things and started working on mindset, doing my I ams, writing down the things that I was grateful for, but getting my mindset good again. Because this is the problem, is if those things aren't right, it's going to come across to people. And instead of attracting people that are on the other end of the line, you might be repelling them. So if that's you right now, I want you to know there's hope. And there's things that you can do. And if you need help with mindset, I want you to reach out to me afterwards because I have some very specific things that I want to talk to you about. But when you go into these calls, you've got to have that. You've got to have the giver's mentality. You got to feel good. If you don't feel good, go for a walk. So I love that the activity thing is I walk for an hour now every single morning with like 4 little old people in the little village I live in. I get up at 5:45 and I'm walking by 6. I walk until 7, then I do my morning routine. And so I try to do my calls somewhere between 9 and 12. Some days I do an hour, some days I do 3 hours, but I've got my blood pumping, my endorphins are going, and I feel good when I sit down and I do these calls. So I'm going into it with the right mindset. I know who I'm going to call. Today I am looking for mortgage referrals. I want a profession because of the business I'm doing. I'm looking for great mortgage people. And I want mortgage people because I want to be able to have mortgage people to refer because remember, I'm the great connector. So you're going to see that today. After I have my conversation, I'm going to say, hey guys, I'm a great connector. I connect people. I need some good mortgage people. Who do you love? Who do you love? Why do you love them? And then I'm going to write down their names and hopefully they've got a phone number. If they don't, I'm going to have them message it to me. But then guess who? I got those people to call tomorrow. So do you see how you never run out of people to call? So let's make some phone calls. Let's have fun with this. So it's 12:23. I'm going to try to have you out of here before 1. And who do we want to call first? I'm going to call, this is actually a guy in my my BNI group, and I do need to have a one-on-one with him. And in BNI, it's part of being in BNI is having one-on-ones. This is a great way, guys, to develop your business network, okay? Helping other businesses grow their business is going to be one of the best ways for you to get referrals, okay? Knowing what a business needs, knowing how to be a great referrer, or I like to even say, instead of refer and introduce, you can introduce people. This is going to require you stepping out, right? Meeting people, finding out who those people are. So Rich is someone that I want to be able to refer business to. I need to get together with him to know what's a perfect client for him. What does he do exactly, right? So this is what we're going to do. We're going to call him. I'm going to have it on where you all can hear this. And then I'm going to make notes after. You're going to see this. You're going to see the whole process, guys. And I love this guy. So he's fun. He's actually one of my favorite guys in my group. Hopefully he answers. But remember, I told you this is the good, bad, and the ugly. I'm also going to show you how to leave a power message.
Hi, you've reached the voicemail of Richard Lorenzo, business banker with Synovus Bank. I'm sorry I missed your call. Please leave a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye-bye. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options. To leave a callback number, press 5.
Hey, Rich, Cheyenne Lake. Hey, I wanted to reach out to you. We have got to get our one-on-one scheduled. I am so excited to know more about your business. You know you're one of my favorites in our group, and don't tell anybody. But it's been way too long, and we definitely need to do our one-on-one so that I can make amazing introductions to you and just get to know you better. So when you have a few minutes, give me a call back, 843-670-1028. I am in the middle of making my calls this morning. So if you get my voicemail, just leave me the best time to get back with you. And let's connect today and let's get something on our calendars to get together. Talk to you soon. Thanks, Rich. Bye-bye. Okay. I am wanting to do a couple of things. One, when I'm doing my power calls, I'm letting them know that, I am making calls. And so if they don't get me, because if I'm in the middle of a conversation with someone else, I'm not going to stop that conversation to pick up that call. Now, what I will do is if the person's called me back that I've left a message for, I will call them after I've made my call, because the point is to get in touch with people. It's not to leave a bunch of voicemails, right? The point is to connect with people, have a power conversation, right? And you want to leave those conversations with like a plan. Like, okay, I've left that conversation. What do I need to do for you, right? I may need to connect you to someone. I may need to pray for you. I may need to, if I'm in transaction, there might be someone that you need to help with the transaction. So if I'm a real estate agent, it may be finding a home inspector for you. It may be, finding a moving company, right? But I'm always leaving the conversation with a action item, right? With a to-do for you. All right. So now what I do is in my little book, I write the date and I write the time and I write power call, the activity, power call. I write who it was to, and I write the result, left message. Okay. All right, let's do another one. I'm going to stay in this right this moment. This is another one. David Wilkinson. He's also in my power group, or in my BNI group. And I need to do a one-on-one with him. Now, I'm going to do a subsequent call where I call for sale by owners and expireds, not because I take the business anymore, but I want to show you how to do it because I was really, really good at it. And I know there's some of you who may want to call expireds and for sale by owners. I'm going to say this. It's not where I would start. Now, I started there because I had a very specific plan for sale by owners that was a discounted listing, okay? And a lot of people don't like discounts, so don't hate me, but that's what I did. And so I was like crazy, wicked good at it. And I had a compelling offer, right? Like they could get full service from me and they didn't have to pay a full 3% or a 6% commission. So there was something that I could add that made me very, very good. In fact, I never even went out on listing appointments. I just sold everybody over the phone. So, but the premises is still the same, is that I am wanting to engage with that person. I'm wanting to hear what, why are they even considering selling on their own? I'm going to ask a lot of questions. And so we can do that so that you can have an understanding of how to do for sell by owners and expireds. But I'm going to show you with what we're doing today, your time is going to be so much better spent not calling those people and calling the 100 or 150 people that are in your sphere and the new people that you meet at networking events and at your children's school events. And I'm going to show you that that's really where you should be spending your time. But I am going to do a future call for you on that. So for right now, let's call David. David has a payroll service. David is a gentleman in my BNI group, and we also need to schedule a one-on-one. I'm only going to do one or two other of these, and then I'm going to go on to some people that are just in my sphere.
You've reached the voicemail for David Wilkinson. Please leave a message. I'll return your call as soon as possible. Thank you.
Hey, David Wilkinson, Cheyenne Lake. Hello, my friend. I hope you are having a wonderful, wonderful day. It was good to see you on Tuesday. You and I need to schedule our one-on-one where I can find out more about you, more about your business, more about a perfect introduction for you. I am being much more intentional, and I'm really getting into a lot of companies now. So I think I'm going to have a really great ability to be able to start making introductions for you and your business. Call me back when you have a few minutes, and let's get something on the calendar. 843-670-1028. Looking forward to it. Okay. Same thing. I'm letting them know that I'm going to be intentional about sending them business. Guys, when you tell business owners that you are going to be intentional about helping send them business and they hear that conviction in your voice, they are going to want to reciprocate. Okay. Now, if you tell them that you're going to do it, by God, do it. Don't just say that you're going to do it and then, not get around to it. I'm intentional. I'm not just, if I'm having drinks with someone and someone just happens to mention something. No, I am thinking, okay, they need that. Who is that person? And is there someone in my sphere that I already know that could, be a perfect introduction for him? Or do I know someone that might know someone? Remember, it could be 3 deep. And that's why I say you never run out of people to talk to or reasons to talk to people. So again, I'm going to write down, because if I don't write it down, I'll forget it. And then what I do is I go into my online CRM and I update the information in that as well, because gold's in the follow-up, right? And I want to know what the result of my call was for that day. So this is a power call. And this is David Wilkinson. And left a message. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, because I have closed a gazillion transactions, I do have a large database of past clients. And I have actually not touched base with my past clients in like well over 2 years. I mean, literally a long time. So I'm going to reach out to some people that I have not talked to in a long time. And I want you to hear how that call goes. So who, actually, before I make this call, I want you to be honest. And of course, this is, this is all so that we all grow. Who has not stayed in touch with your past clients or your sphere? I want you to type me if you've done a really crappy job of staying in touch with your clients once you've closed with them. And if you have stayed in good touch, say, I've stayed in good touch. I touch base with my clients. I send them things. I do a good job. So I would love to know who I'm talking to. Hold on just a second here. Okay. With the majority, yes, only a handful kept in touch. Okay, good. You've had no closings yet. Okay, all right. So, perfect. Perfect. Okay. Most people, so don't feel bad, because really a high majority of people do a horrible job of staying in touch with people. They're horrible on follow-up. They're horrible on staying in touch with people. And it's the most powerful thing, one of the very most powerful things that we can do. So let's call. I'm going to look at my Facebook here, and I want to see if there's just anybody that kind of, oh, actually, this is a good one. Let's stop with that. I don't want to do past client right now. I want to do this real quick. These were some cards that I pulled out of people that I had just met. They're not in my networking group. They're just people that have been introduced to me. This was, there's another organization, guys, that I want you to check out to see if you've got it in your area. If you don't have it in your area, I would love for you to consider starting one of these, because it is wicked powerful. And if you're the one who starts it, wow, you want to talk becoming the mass connector, is called 1 Million Cups. Again, I'm going to type that into the chat thing. See if you've got it in your area. And you can look it up. It's an organization. It's kind of networking, but it's for entrepreneurs. And it is really to help each other grow each other's businesses and connect, and who needs funding and who needs this. It's really an amazing organization. I've just started going. This is a woman that I met there yesterday. I didn't even really talk to her. We were quickly introduced, but I want to show you what happens when you get introduced and maybe you didn't get to have a real connection. Okay. Now I came back and I did send her a card, because I do send out cards. And that's when I meet someone, I always send them the tangible touch of a card that says, hey, it was really great to meet you. But let's call her now. And I want you to see how this call would go. Do you see how much activity, guys, you can get going that gets you in conversation and relationship with people, that's going to allow you to bring value and benefit into someone's life? And by reciprocity, they're going to want to, how can I help you, right? How can I help you, Mel? How can I help you, Janelle, right? What can I do for you? Because it's just natural reciprocity. All right, 843. All right. So remember, I don't really know this person. I just met her yesterday, okay? Hopefully she answers. We're not getting anybody answering. Bummer.
Hi, you've reached Laura Knott. I'm sorry I missed your call, but if you'll leave your name and number and a brief message, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options. To leave a callback number, press 5.
Hey, Laura Knotts, it's Cheyenne Lake. I met you yesterday at 1 Million Cups, and I'm so disappointed that we didn't really get to connect. But I'm looking forward to that. And I know we said maybe we would try to get together at one of the next 1 million cups, but I would love to do it before if you've got some time. I do my meetings on Thursdays and Fridays. I do my Thursday meetings in Mount Pleasant and my Friday meetings down at Mercantile in Nash, if either of those times work for you, either tomorrow or next week. But I'm really looking forward to getting to know you and all about your business. And call me when you have a few minutes, 843-670-1028. Talk to you soon. Okay. So now the other thing is, like, obviously I'm not reaching people, so I'm not getting to have like true power conversations. But you know what's so cool is most of those people are going to call me back, right? And I'm either going to set a one-on-one meeting with them, or I'm going to have a power conversation with them when they call me back. And with her, because I don't really know her, I might, chat a little bit with her, maybe more so than the guys that are in my BNI group, because really the goal of that call was to just get our one-on-one set up. But how you could do this if you are, not in an official BNI group, is that you could just reach out to business owners and say, hey, listen, I'm always looking for great people to refer to my buyers and my sellers and my sphere. I would love to grab a cup of coffee, learn more about you and your business, and see how I can help you. So let's now go to, all right, this one might be interesting. This, and again, guys, you have stacks of business cards. Pick them up and start calling people, okay? Again, as long as you never have to get nervous, as long as you know that your goal of your call is to just leave that person better off than when you found them, to just find out how they're doing, that to be focused on them and not what you can get from them, the calls are always going to go amazing. I promise. When you focus on them, the calls are going to be great. I bought a hat, actually not this hat, a really cool hat for my kids at an event that I went to with this. They're a local company, Dock and Decoy, and I want you to see what I'm going to do with a local company. I don't know them. They weren't introduced. You're going to see how I would handle a call like this.
Hello, please state your name after the tone, and Google Voice will try to connect you.
Cheyenne Lake.
The Google subscriber you have called is not available. Please leave a message after the tone.
Hey, this is Cheyenne Lake. I was the community chaplain at the Carolina Lady Anglers event a few weeks ago, and I bought a couple of your hats. I got one for my son, one for my daughter. They are two of the coolest hats that we've ever bought. And I would love to connect with you. I understand that you are a local business. I love working with local businesses. Would love to maybe grab coffee or something and learn a little bit more about your company and see how we could help you. I love helping local businesses. When you have a few minutes, I'm at 843-670-1028. Call me when you have a minute. Okay. Don't know who's going to call me back. Don't know if they'll call me back. But I bought a product from them. Guys, local businesses, reach out to your local businesses. Get to know them. Find out about their products. Find out about their services, right? And then figure out who can use those services, who can use those products from the other people that are in your group. All right, so I left them a message. Hopefully they're going to call me back, and that's going to be a new connection that's going to go into my group. I'm not going to write these down because I want to keep doing calls, but I'm going to just leave my business cards here so that I know that I called them, okay? This is someone that I met. She is a sales and installation manager for a heating and air company. We all need to have those kinds of vendors in our network. So I want you to see how I'm going to handle this call. I met her at a networking event last week. It was really fun. Ended up having a drink with them. Really neat gal. She actually brought her boyfriend, who was super duper cool. So I'm going to call, and I want you to see how I would handle this call. Again, the point is, guys, just doing it. This is going to be the biggest thing for you to overcome, is just to pick up the phone and start calling people. All right. And so once you can do that, you're going to find there's a gazillion reasons of why to pick up the phone, and how fun it is. Well, it's fun when you actually get them. We're not having great luck, but hopefully, let's see if Jessica answers.
Brian's Mechanical, this is Jessica.
Hey, Jessica, it's Cheyenne Lake. How are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm good. Do you remember me from the event last week?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Yes. How are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm doing really good. It was so awesome to get to know you and Brian. You're an awesome couple.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
We had a lot of fun. But I have your card here, and I see that you work with an HVAC company. And I'm telling you, I'm like a master connector, and obviously this town needs good HVAC people. I would love to get together, grab a cup of coffee with you, and just kind of learn a little bit more about your company, about, your position with them, and, so I know how to best introduce people to you. Do you have some time next week?
Sure. What day works best for you?
I do my meetings, my personal meetings on Thursdays and Fridays. Thursday, I do my meetings in Mount Pleasant, and Fridays, I do my meetings downtown at Mercantile and MASH. Do one of those locations work better for you than the other?
You want to do Friday at the,
Mercantile? Yeah. Do you know where that is? It's in the cigar factory right there on East Bay.
No, ma'am, but I can find it.
Oh, perfect. And I'll just email you too, just the address. Does 9 o'clock on Friday work for you?
Yes, ma'am, and that's next week, right?
Yep, next week.
Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and put an event on my calendar so I don't schedule myself anything.
Oh, that's wonderful. Do I have your email on here, Jessica? Yes, I do. I've got it. Wonderful. I've got your email as well, and I'll put it in my calendar too, and I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. Thank you so much for reaching out.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Tell Brian I said hello, please.
I'll do it.
Okay, awesome. See you, sweetie. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Yes, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Okay, that was great. That's how you do it, guys, right? Start getting belly to belly. Start meeting people, finding out about their lives, finding out about their business, find out about their struggles, find out about their challenges, right? The cool thing is when two minds come together, you can usually figure something out, right? And if you can't, because now you're going to be the master, connector and the go-to person, you're going to know someone who might be able to help them with that. But you don't know until you ask questions, right? You don't know until you reach out and go, how can I help you? What can I do for you? Okay, so that's a perfect example of another business person that now, guess what? Can she refer me some business? Probably, right? She probably does a lot of work with, not just individuals, but with companies. Great connection. Plus, now I've got someone to add potentially into my network that I can refer out to people. All right, let's go to, let's just see a person, not necessarily a business or somebody. Okay, this is a past client. And this is actually one of my favorite past clients. I absolutely adore this woman. I don't talk to her very often. I don't see her, but maybe, I don't know, a couple times a year we'll have lunch. I probably saw her 2 or 3 months ago. So this is going to be a perfect call to just check in on her and see how she's doing and see what we can do for her. And it'll probably end up in a lunch date is what's going to end up happening. All right, my little meta. But you get the idea, guys. You see how this works? Just pick up the phone call and have authentic, purposeful, focused on them conversations. She works at the college, so I might not get her.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 84327684999 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hello, Miss Meta. It's Cheyenne. Hello, my friend. Hey, I was just checking in on you, seeing how you're doing. Just would love to connect. Lunch was so awesome. We should probably try someplace different. I think our last 3 lunches have all been at the Asian restaurant there. So let's do something different. Let's do something fun downtown. Would love to just see what you're up to and catch up. Call me soon. Take care, girl. Talk to you. Okay. All right. There was a past client. We've called some potential businesses that I can work with, that they could work with me, that I can help them, they can help me. I'm going to end this because we're almost at 1, and I want to leave this open for any questions that you have. Did you get value out of this? Did you learn anything? Did you learn some skills? Do you feel maybe more excited about picking up the phone to now actually call, have a plan, right? I've shown you how to pick the people that you call, how to have the book to make the notes, where to go and find people, the things that you want to accomplish in your calls. Always keeping the focus on the person and what you can do for them, not what they can do for you. So I'll leave it at that and see if there's, if you've got any feedback, if you have any questions. That's where, let's go ahead and do that now. It does. Janelle, 100% girl. You know why people get nervous about making phone calls? Because it's about you. You're thinking, oh my God, what am I going to get? What am I going to ask them, right? When you make it all about them, and let me tell you, I want this will make you feel good too. People, no matter what we portray on Facebook, how happy we make it all look, we know that people are struggling in a lot of areas in their lives. They're struggling maybe with health issues, relationship issues, job issues, financial issues. There's a lot of things. So if all you are is just a sweet voice that just brings some reassurance, that's a power conversation. That's a power conversation. If you bring someone that can help them with a need, right? If you always keep the focus on them, I promise you're never going to have weird nerves ever again. And it's going to become fun. And this is what's cool is, you know, the adage that says what you appreciate appreciates, what you focus on expands. Guys, the more you focus on giving and what you can bring to the table, it's going to get so big. You're going to have referral business like you're going to have relationships. And then you know what happens is it spills over into your personal life. Because when you have this giver's mentality, when you act on that, when you have actions that are giving actions, it can't help but affect all areas of your life. So I hope you've gotten some, psychology behind things, some very specific things. And again, if you leave this call with nothing today, is that don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Just pick it up. Yeah. So if you need any, other help, I'm happy to, reach out with you one-on-one. You can always, friend me on Facebook. Would love that. Would love to connect with you on a deeper level. Definitely, I've got a couple of Facebook groups that I do a ton and put a lot of good stuff in. Y'all are welcome to jump into those, and I'll send the link because you've registered for the thing. You'll get that with kind of all of my Facebook groups, and it's all free, guys. I don't charge anything for this. I will tell you how I make my money. One of the ways is that I help people with send out cards. It is the tangible touch of a card, which is so powerful. Again, get that book, 7 Levels of Communication. He's very much about note cards, and send out cards is just note cards on steroids. And so if you have interest in that, learning more about send out cards and the tangible touch of sending appreciation and thanks, I'm happy to go through that with you and show you. They have amazing plans, very powerful, and we teach you very strategically how to use it. But nothing replaces the phone call, okay? You've got to make the phone calls, guys. 1 hour a day, right? We just touched how many? 8, 6, 7 people? They're going to call me back, right? That's going to expand my network, So thank you for spending an hour with me. I hope you got some value out of this, and go build amazing businesses and go help others in the process of it. Thanks so much, and look forward to connecting with you guys further at some point. You're welcome. You're so welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Awesome. Bye, guys.